This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, and thank you for tuning into this installment of the Autism Hangout feature program series, Apps for Autism. The technology boom in augmentative and alternative communications continues, and our special kids are the benefactors. With me today is the management team from Myvoice, an iPad, iPhone, Android-based program that now incorporates GPS. What does that do? It means that you can tailor conversations ahead of time that automatically add to your device when you're in the vicinity. Now think of your banking routine or buying groceries or even picking up a cup of coffee. Tailor-made conversations at the ready when you need them. Autism Hangout, please welcome the team from Myvoice, CEO Alex Levy, CTO Aakash Sahney, and Community Director Tony Gross. Welcome guys, it's really nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for having us on. It's great to be here.
Now, you're students at the University of Toronto and you came up with this idea. You got to start with that story.
Well, I recently graduated, but I was just formally a student. Aakash is still a student. I mean, the way it all started is I'd just been hired as a research assistant in the computer science department here. In fact, we're in one of the computer science buildings right now. And a man walked into the office I was working in, and he had a different kind of speech challenge, and that was aphasia. And he had asked us if there was anything that we could do to make a better aid for him, and it just so happened that nobody really had the time to volunteer, so I said, I'll take 2 weeks and put together a prototype. And the idea was just the one that you mentioned, which is why not make it location aware, so you can do something on the basis of anticipating what they'll need to talk about at a given place. And what we found is, as we went around to different communities, that there was a huge need for something like this in the autism community, and it just blossomed from there. And after people started asking, where can I get this, how much does it cost, we kept saying, well, it's just a research prototype. Eventually we realized it should be a product, it should be a business, it should be widely available, and that's when we started developing it to what it is today.
Yeah, the GPS thing is a huge idea, but another thing that you've done is you made the ability to go in and tailor it possible from computers and handheld devices anywhere. Can you talk a little bit about that accessibility thing?
What Myvoice allows users or their caregivers or their family members to do is log into a computer on our website at myvoiceaac.com and customize any user's vocabulary given just the login credentials. So this means that you could be in Toronto, and your son or daughter with autism could live in California, and you can remotely customize their vocabulary, and everything synchronizes instantly over the internet. So it's really, really easy to use and very seamless.
Imagine you're a teacher with a special needs classroom and you have 15 students, as there were in one of our recent studies here in Toronto with the Toronto District School Board. Now you want to help maintain all of their vocabularies, but plugging in cables or being on the device, each individual device, is complex. If you could do it just sitting on your laptop at home, the labor saving for clinicians and professionals is huge.
Yeah, so we're up to actually over 7,300 users now. So these are people who have downloaded our app on an iPhone or an iPad or an Android phone and registered with us.
Oh my gosh, that's astonishing. Can you tell me a little bit about the people that helped you develop this product?
We've tried to work as closely as we can with different clinical populations and experts in those clinical populations. I mean, it's sort of common sense, which is there's no one better to tell you what people need than the people that might use it themselves and the people that work closely with them. So we've worked with the Toronto District School Board here for special needs kids and kids on the spectrum. We've worked with the Aphasia Institute for people who are stroke survivors, among others. We've worked with U of T's Speech Language Pathology Department, the Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center. And so with each of these, we try and bring in SLPs, OTs, special needs educators. We show them the app, and we say, how do we develop it? And so we keep evolving it. Since we've come out about 6 months ago, we've updated the app, I think, about 6 times or so.
About 6 times.
And we want to keep that up and keep actually updating faster and faster on the basis of that feedback. So if any of your viewers have any feedback they want to send us, they can email us anytime. I'm sure there'll be a link to the website. We'd love to hear their feedback too. Yeah,
that's fantastic. You know, we've been talking about it, but we haven't shown the people that are watching the demo from the device yet. So let's take a moment now and watch that demo.
If you go back 5 years, you go back 10 years, you see the same thing. Technology was getting better, but communication aids weren't. And for the 2 million families in North America living with communication challenges like autism and aphasia, an alternative was desperately needed. And now we've made that alternative. We call it Myvoice.
The huge breakthrough that we had was to introduce web technology to communication aids.
With an interactive website that enhances and customizes your communication aid, Myvoice is able to do incredible things, like suggest relevant vocabulary based on your current location. At the coffee shop, your personal coffee order is at your fingertips. At the movie theater, you'll get relevant words and phrases to make good conversation.
You're going to love this movie. Hugh Grant is dreamy.
Simply drag and drop vocabulary from any web browser anywhere in the world. And with the bookshelf, users can add high-quality content in seconds. For instance, I'm into basketball, so I would want to add the basketball book to my vocabulary.
You see, Myvoice syncs instantly over the internet, so you can program it from across the room or across the country. Finally, friends and relatives can take part in their loved one's care no matter where they are in the world. And Myvoice just looks great. It's fun, it's bright, it's colorful, it's a joy to use. And now, Myvoice runs on both Apple and Android devices, so users can pick the hardware that's right for them from dozens of great options.
I was blown away by Myvoice. It absolutely met so many deficits that I had in current research with other applications I was using. Some children have no verbal communication. Myvoice gives them a chance to really cross into a little closer to our world where we have words and voices. They now have Myvoice on these platforms that they can touch a button and have the device speak their desires for them.
When I started on the little first beginning piece of this project, I never thought it would amount to anything. And now, everywhere we go, people say, when can I use this with my family member, with my student, with my patient? In the coming months, the coming years, Myvoice is just going to keep getting better and better, with the best features people have ever seen, giving them the best conversations they've ever had. Just try.
Users, caregivers, family, can go in and personalize an account in moments, and have it synced to the actual device being used is just phenomenal. And again, while we like to deal with the speech-language pathologists and all the professional community, what we really like to do is interact directly with the users. So we're really trying to go directly to as close to our users as we possibly can.
That's fantastic, but 7,300 users, that's just amazing. Gentlemen, what do you have in store for the future? What are you bringing to this product next?
Myvoice is designed for hyper accessibility. We want as many people as possible to be able to use Myvoice, regardless of cognitive challenges, motor control challenges, and others. So what we're trying to do is sort of in the coming months is develop an iPad-specific version or a tablet-specific version that has a larger form factor with larger buttons, larger targets, less scrolling so that there's no accidental presses, in order to make Myvoice even more accessible to even more people. We're also working on a number of other projects where Myvoice becomes increasingly anticipatory, meaning that users, in sort of the spirit of location awareness, are able to get predictions for words and phrases that might be relevant without ever having to program anything. So this is really a focus on how the user interacts with the device, rather than on what the device does itself.
Oh, this is just fantastic. How can people get more information about this wonderful product?
Well, they can visit our website at myvoiceaac.com. We've got lots of videos up there, tutorials. We try and answer any email or support question within about 24 hours. So either directly talking to us or checking out our website, people could get a lot of info on the app and see if it's right for them. And of course, also, they can download it for free on the Apple App Store or the Android market. So give it a shot as well if you want to try it out.
This is great. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for your contributions to this marvelous community. You're making life just that much easier for all of us. The whole intent is that we learn how to thrive with autism, and I thank you for your contribution to helping make that possible.
That's very, very kind of you to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Autism Hangout.
I also want to repeat that phrase. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll be back again soon with another app for autism.